Welcome to Knoxville, Tennessee. This afternoon, Neyland Stadium, where Rocky Top plays in the background. Sailgating going on in the Tennessee River, and the Big Orange ready to open the season. We've got a terrific matchup for you today, rich in pageantry and tradition, and it ought to be a fantastic crowd. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Virginia Tech Hokies, taking on a team from the SEC, the Tennessee Volunteers. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. And the Hokies will get this season underway as toe meets leather. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Wants to go up top on first down. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much. Guys, let's talk a little bit about Tennessee. One of the big storylines coming into this year was the rising temperature of the coach's seat. And the process of cooling things off starts now.
All offseason, this coach has said the right things. I'm not worried about it. I'm not focused on it. I'm just worried about our team. But, David, let's be real. He's got to win games. There is an expectation at this program to win. And if he doesn't start fast this year, that hot seat's only going to get hot.
No, and then the chirping starts, and everybody's going to be talking about his job. The pressure builds, and then what happens? Sometimes you lose the locker room. So important to get off to a good start, try to quiet some of those haters and some of those doubters. That's a really nice job by this defense. Coming out, setting the tone. Great start, forcing a fourth down, forcing a decision already for this offense on the first drive. Really nice job coming out.
And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Gonna run it. It's Overton. They start the afternoon with a run, and it goes nowhere.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Green. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. Let's take a moment here and talk a little Virginia Tech. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a curated roster, right? They only had a few holes that they had to fill up, but they went out, they put their effort into finding the right guy. They feel like they've upgraded their roster with just a few portal additions.
Use the play fake, now to throw. Quarterback just flat missed it, incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football.
Wants to go up top. Going to try to get it himself. At midfield, he's got room. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. The Hokies have this offense rolling. From the gun, to give, looking for room. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. Working that left side. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels. And the Hokies will have it 1st and 10. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Boy, it was like the defender heard the play call. He was ready for that one.
One of the things is diagnose and go get it. They saw it, and they went and got it. They were not letting that ball go to the wide side of the field.
Incomplete behind the receiver. Maybe this freshman got a little too anxious.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short.
That's a nice completion. I know you don't get the 1st down. You're obviously set up in field goal range here down in the red zone, but because you've got 4th and short now, you may decide to go for this if you're on offense.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. The Hokies will try to convert on 4th down. Going for the marker on the ground. Makes one man miss. Picks up enough to get them 1st and 10 from the 11.
Hey, 4th and short, it's time to be physical. You give it to your running back. You can see he gets physical, gets downhill, gets the 1st down.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And he will score. The question now, will it count as we check out the laundry on the field? So that touchdown nullified by the penalty in the red zone. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. He's looking to throw. Got his man. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
QBs, when they see these zone coverages, man, some of them panic. Some of them throw it too quickly and can make bad decisions. I like how he waited a little bit, waited for the right window, the right opportunity. There's always going to be holes in zones. I just got to be a little bit patient.
They'll run it. It's Overton. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Trying to find the end zone.
Perfect timing to call that pass play. It's 3rd and short down here in the red zone. Everybody in the stadium expecting you to run the football, and if you don't get it, maybe you kick a field goal, maybe you go for it on 4th. You don't have to worry about that now because of the pass.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. And these guys just score from anywhere out there. After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and go get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
Makes the catch. It's Brown. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. Sometimes it's easy for the receiver to get lost running a drag through all that traffic, Jesse.
Yeah, and this is a receiver too, Reese, who's dangerous once he has the football in his hands. So I like the idea on offense of trying to get this guy the ball quickly to see what he can do out once he has it.
They'll try to get the first through the air. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. And the Vols will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. We're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
He's got him along the sideline. Beautiful footwork for the first down.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you could tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll go back to the ground. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking for space. It's Heath. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. The noise reverberating off the checkerboards in Neyland on 3rd down. They'll try to get it through the air. Using his feet to buy time. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback keeping his eyes down the field.
Incomplete behind the receiver. Maybe this freshman got a little too anxious.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. That's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run it up the middle, try different things to see what you do there.
Catch in the middle. It's Holloway. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down.
How many first downs is that alone, just on this drive? The defense, they keep this up, they're going to get worn out and continue to have to play more and more guys. They got to do something to change this.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell it extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold it.
And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Hokies!
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Gentlemen, all the talk this week. Let's find out how things are playing out in this top 5 duel. Notre Dame is ahead in this one, but unlike the days of Lockney and Leahy, this has not been a blowout in South Bend today. They're up by 7 over Clemson. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this top 5 matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Here's a quick throw out to the left. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Virginia Tech is on top. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35.
I like the mitts, the big fella coming in with the catch. Hey, running a little bit of a route, showing a little wiggle, getting open, throw him the football. That's what he catches, big fella.
The give on the inside. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
And this offense, man, they're going to have to figure something out. This is already getting out of hand, but they're going to have to protect their quarterback. They're going to have to start throwing the football and having some success, because right now they got a bagel up on the scoreboard.
Snagged in the middle. It's Matthews. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
And the offense here dialed up a really good zone beater. Give credit to the offensive coordinator. He called the right play at the right time.
The kick is on its way. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt.
Breaks into the open. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. So much for the tough field position. One play and you're already to the 35. Right back to the well. At the 45 on his way. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
That's a really good-looking run there. And you think about great Hokie running backs in recent years. David Wilson, Lee Suggs, Kevin Jones, they all have the ability to shake defenders and break ankles. This guy right now giving you some of those vibes in that last run. That was nice.
And the Hokies with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Power football with the run. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. And you saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
First thing you want to do if you're in a hole is stop digging. It's 1st and 20. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Quickly to the tight end. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That was a nice catch right near the line of scrimmage. Man, you want to get some yak after the catch and try to make a play, but that defense was right on him. Got him on the ground too quick.
Still some work to do after that last completion at second down. Back to pass. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
And he finally missed one, right? I mean, he's been pretty hot, right? 5 passes in a row. He's been moving the ball around, different platforms, different receivers. Just done a really good job spreading the ball around, and he's human. He finally missed.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
This is a great play by the defensive back, and I think one of the hardest things to do as a DB is you're covering a receiver deep down the field, your back's to the play, and you've got to turn your shoulder.
So much for the wet ball drill. He muffed it, and it's loose on the ground. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26.
Returners only get so many chances in a game. You really want to maximize. You want to take it to the house. You want to make those big plays. But a lot of time you forget about that small detail of securing the football. He gave it up, and thank goodness he didn't turn it over.
Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30. Guys, let's take a minute here and look big picture for Tennessee. We mentioned the number of players they lost, but you can only focus on the guys who are wearing your uniform. Can't worry about those who... And he didn't squeeze it, it's loose! Oh, the offense fortunate to fall on that one, and they'll live to fight another play. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could...
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
Man, this defense is dominating all game long. They have been making this quarterback's life so difficult with their pass rush. They bring him down there for the sack. They're not giving anything up. They're leading this game by a lot. We're only in the second quarter, and this ain't going to change unless this offense can find a rhythm.
Wide receiver comes in motion. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. He lobs one high down the left side. And this is hauled in at the 20-yard line. Touchdown, Tennessee! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Man, that's a play this kid has been running ever since he was 7 years old at the park with his best friend, throwing him go routes right down the field. I'm running by a guy, I'm looking back, locating the football, making the catch, and he does it in a big moment here in this game.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. We're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, partner.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
Using his legs, it's Overton. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
Fires to the big fella. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
They're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
On 3rd down, he drops the throw. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Neyland Stadium, alive, a cauldron of orange noise on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Fires to the wideout. Catch in the middle, it's Holloway. Turning it on. A massive pickup on that one, and they're in business at the 21.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
Great job by that defender. I mean, he timed that snap count perfectly, got into the backfield and created the negative play.
This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Quick completion on the out route. He gets it all the way down to the 13-yard line, still short of 1st down yardage. And now on 4th down, do they kick the chip shot field goal or go for it? They'll send out the kicker here. This This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. And he curls that thing just inside the left upright. And now the lead's extended a little further.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Leaves it with the back. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. The short hands, it's Brown. Across midfield and out of bounds at the 49, a big pickup there.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield and he moves the sticks.
He leaves it with his back. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. And the Volunteers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They'll go to the ground. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read. Read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
The Volunteers are facing 3rd and inches. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. The Vols will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Gets it to him on the screen. Just not willing to take the hit. He delivers it and gets to the 27. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. Might be calling a hot route. Back to throw, time running short in the half. A shot toward the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
And this one is perfect. They're back to within a touchdown. 17-10 is the score. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. Just enough time for one final play in this half. To the air on 1st down. Now sliding to his left. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Vols will kick it away to start the 2nd half. The returner will field it and bring it back. Not a lot of space to be be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the shotgun, the inside give.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Gonna swing it on second down. Pocket breaking down. Makes the catch. It's Holloway. Turns it on in midfield. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone. They executed that perfectly.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Second down, they'll go to the air. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. That offensive line grabbing and holding on, and they'll back up and try it again. Second down coming up. The give from the gun. Got a little space.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Looking to the big tight end. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down.
Third and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
Now on fourth down, they'll send out the field goal unit. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. They'd be looking at a 53-yard field goal from here. Instead, they'll try to pick it up on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Can't make the connection, and the defense gets a fourth down stop.
You know, offensively in that situation, fourth down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wants to go up top. Looking for a deep man. Grabs it up to 25-inch drive. Huge plays like that can change the complexion of the game, and he's got it at the 22-yard line. Defense's head may still be spinning. They're just outside the red zone now. 1st and 10 from the 22. The run from the shotgun. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. And what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
Great coverage, great break on the ball. Had a chance to really make a big play and maybe even take that thing back to the house. But you got to secure the catch. We like to hit people more than we like to catch balls.
Wide receiver going in motion. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Intercepted deep in his own end. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And I tell you what, when defenses play zone, all eyes are on the quarterback. You have a zone to drop to, but you're setting on the quarterback, reading his eyes. Great job by the defense, understanding the ball was coming out, breaks on the football, goes and makes the INT.
Really nice first down run, and you're seeing why this running back is an every down type. He can run between the tackles, he can run outside, he can catch the football, he can block. This guy can do it all.
They'll go right back to the run. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this offensive line different alignment looks to see if they can confuse him.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. The Hokies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Right on the money. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Holding on the offense, accepted, so they'll back up and go at it again. A first down for the offense. They'll give it to the back. Can't get him to the ground. Got to be smart, patient, great vision. Uses all of that to get to the 29.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. He's got an open man. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. He keeps throwing it like this for the Hokies, and the defense will have to sleep with one eye open.
And the defense is going to have to grip those pillows tight because when a QB gets going and spinning it with the ability to run the football too and the diversity in this offense, it can be tough, and the Hokies fans will be excited.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The give to the tailback. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Snap from the gun on 3rd down. Got it in the middle. It's Green. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
And it's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
Finds a tight end. And a good job in coverage there. They stop it after just a few. Line getting set on 2nd down. Out of the gun, the inside give. And they'll stop him every minimal pickup. The noise reverberating off the checkerboards in Neyland on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a 4th down.
I want to give a shout-out to the defense there on 3rd down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback. On 3rd down, really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
And the Hokies decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch is made inside his own 20 at the 17-yard line. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Knocked down after picking up 5 out to the 24. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Rides the back on the option, the give. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 27-yard line. And the Volunteers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Rides to back and leaves it. All things considered, he's probably lucky to be back to the line of scrimmage. That's it for this period, and it's Virginia Tech on top. And we've reached the end of the 3rd, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. The Volunteers will punt this one away. Might have thought he'd want to try to pick up a few yards there, but he's content with making the fair catch right around the 35-yard line. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Guys, let's step back here and chat Virginia Tech. Given the unrest surrounding this guy's future as the head coach, this would be a great way to get the season started.
Man, you want all the momentum you can get, and you want to quiet people down. You don't want it to get louder. The louder those murmurs talk about hot seat, and you have a tendency to lose your football team. It's a distraction. You have to talk about it all the time. So always nice, Palmer, to get off on the right foot.
You just got to be able to drown out the outside noise, right? Easier said than done. And with this win in week 1, they're going to silence the critics. But make no mistake, he's going to go into that locker room and say, everyone that's been talking trash about us all offseason, they're going to love.
There he goes. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. The give to the running back from the shotgun. There to stop him after a pickup of 1 to the 22.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football.
He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run.
And there's nothing more demoralizing for a defense than when you're losing, you know they're going to run the football, they're trying to run the clock, and you can't stop them. They've got to be more aggressive, bring more guys to the line of scrimmage. They've got to stop this ground game and get the ball back.
Beck's going for the goal line, and he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Virginia Tech.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away. Count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done. And now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a 1st down. Let's see if they can put something together here. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line. Guys, let's talk a little bit about Tennessee. Unless there is a dramatic turn of events, this is not going to be a way to cool off that hot seat.
And they're going to have to be able to handle adversity and handle the outside noise moving forward, because losing this game in week 1, all the detractors, all the naysayers, that noise is going to get louder. That hot seat is getting even hotter. And I think all eyes are going to be on this program now, David, seeing how they turn the page and move on from this.
And I give you Exhibit A. Jesse Palmer just turned up the hot seat. All eyes are on them. They got to win. They got to do this. Starting off on the wrong foot. This is exactly what happens. It becomes a distraction. We're going to find out how good of a coach he is, and we're going to find out how loyal these fans are really quickly in this season.
He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity ladder. They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. They get him on the ground at the 33, but not before he picks up 6.
They've got a lead here in the fourth quarter. There's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense.
And when you're down later in the football game, you're going to start taking some chances. And that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that first down. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to third down. You get them to those critical points, and they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
He'll be run out of bounds at the 13.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Shotgun snap on third down. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
That play call is going to force a lot of people to scratch their heads because you've got the lead late. Why aren't you just running the ball? When you throw, you risk having interceptions like that right there. That should have been picked.
And on fourth down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. At this point in the game, and this crowd knows this is a huge field goal attempt. And this one splits the uprights. And that lead grows even bigger. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So here is the Tennessee offense. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. Quickly complete. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
And this offense is going to have to catch some breaks, man. They're going to have to make some big plays. They're going to have to push the ball down the field, break some tackles, hit some home runs, down 3 possessions in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to do everything right.
Finds his way for 3 after the 33.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
We'll give the defense credit there. On third down, it almost looked like they were expecting the screen. They gave up a few yards, but not enough for a first down. Now they've got a chance to get off the field.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. Runs through a tackle. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
We're seeing this more and more often in college football with the analytics and everything else, but 4th and inches, they decide to go for it, and they pick it up on the ground.
You know, I really think it's a smart move, too, because why just give up? And he's going to throw deep right side. Makes the catch at the 20. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17.
Well, I'll give this offense some credit because they've got a lot of fight. There is no quit in them, and they're obviously trailing by a big amount in this game. They haven't had a lot of success, but they're still taking shots, and their players are still out there competing.
Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You've got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
It'll be 3rd and long. Gonna look downfield again. He's got it on the run. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
They'll try to dial up a better one this time on 2nd and goal from the 5. Back to pass. He makes a grab. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
Well, short completion setting up 3rd down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
They'll come to the line just trying to keep their hope alive on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires into the end zone. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. That offensive line grabbing and holding on, and they'll back up and try it again. And they'll come to the line and try to draw a little bit closer on 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Flips it out on the screen. Looking for the end zone. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. And they'll try to bite a chunk out of this lead on 3rd and goal. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Snagged out of the air. Touchdown ball! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
Nice job by the offense, going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
Well, they try to go onside kick, but better job by the hands team falling on the football.
And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Finds a soft spot in the middle. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Neyland Stadium alive, a cauldron of orange noise on 3rd down. Working the big fella to the corner. He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. The Hokies come to the line with a new set of downs. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Ordinarily on 2nd and 10, you might look past, but here you just want to keep that clock moving. They're going to test the right side with this one. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
It's a great play there by the defense, stopping that run. But now with less than a minute to go, you've got to use your timeout. You've got to try and conserve as much clock as possible to give yourself a chance to win.
And that is how we will wrap this one up. A strong, methodical, workmanlike effort from this team. No frills, just get the job done and get the win.
I love when you describe my teams like that. Just consistent, methodical, strong. I don't have to do things special every single week. All I'm supposed to do is get the W, and that's what they did.
And this is why practice is so important, guys. You can tell that this team was locked in way back earlier in the week. They watched the film. They got good looks in practice. They knew what to anticipate. They knew what looks they were going to see. And when those looks presented themselves, boy, oh boy, did they ever take advantage.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis.